Hello and welcome back to Clicks on the Side. Today we are going to make another 300-point modern theme team. And today's theme focuses around figures that I really wanted to make a team with, but I wasn't able to make them with the traditional team I wanted to. I did finally figure out a way that made me happy to get this team together and to use these two particular characters that I really wanted to make work. So let me know what you think as we go into a 300-point cosmic theme team. And the main star of this team is going to be from the Marvel Next Phase set, super rare number 46, Miss Marvel. Really was a huge fan of this sculpt. I loved how they got the translucence to go with the figure. It really did make it look like the hard light effect from the show, I thought. I don't know if it's just mine or if that's just how the paint job did come out. It looks a little rough on the front, but I can easily forgive that for the pose itself and for the translucence effect. There she is. We are starting off with Miss Marvel. Has the team player, team ability, Young Avengers, celebrity, cosmic, mystical, and podcaster keywords. Comes with a trait, Embiggen, impervious, period. Giant reach 4, improved targeting through character bases and elevation, but only if Miss Marvel is holding a marker she generated. Also has a trait, hard light, barrier, toughness. Miss Marvel may take close terrain actions or range terrain actions as free, but only to attack with markers she generated. That's going to come in very handy, and as you'll see here in just a little bit, does have improved movement through elevated, and a range of 4 as well. We are going to be playing her at her 80-point click, so she'll be starting off with that sidestep, a special attack that you'll see here in just a moment, ESD and perplex to go with that impervious and barrier toughness combo. I'm assuming that if your impervious gets outwit, you can still use the toughness. That's the only reason I could think that they'd have both of those on there, but there you go. Let's take a look at that special attack ability that she starts off with. Ugh, I'm not Nightlight. Gives her super strength and TK. So there she's able to pick up the objects that she'll need for her traits. Nothing too crazy, but definitely unique. Love that she has the trait to pick up her. Essentially, she can now pick up her barrier and just throw it at you, throw it at your opponent, or smash them with it. Has the perplex there as well. On this team, we are also going to give her Bucky's arm to give her the close combat. Close combat expert throughout. Even though she has it there on the last 2 clicks, really want her to have that to start out. Giving her an 11 for 4 on the top dial. And then if it's a close attack or a close range, let me try that again. A close terrain action with that barrier, even at a 5th damage onto that. So definitely had to get Miss Marvel in there. Really wanted to get that sculpt on a team. And the next one is a character from the MCU that I love. I can't explain why he is one of my favorite characters of the MCU, but he just has a special place in my heart. And I'm so glad that I feel like I finally found a team he will work on. From the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday set, number 6, Kraglin. I know. I can't explain it. I had to have this figure. He was one of the main reasons I did want the holiday set when it was first announced. I do have the Gravity Feed one from Volume 2 as well. I can't explain it. I do not know why I have such an attachment to the character of Kraglin, but I love that he has still stuck around. Let's look at what he can do. He does have the Guardians team ability, which Miss Marvel will be copying. Also has team player himself. Guardians of the Galaxy, Ravagers, Cosmic, Pirate, and Vehicle keywords. And here is the main reason he works with this team. His trait is Prepare the Bowie for transport. Passenger 4. Kraglin can carry characters that are holding objects. We'll get back to that here in just a second. Also has the special damage power. How do you have reception up here? Friendly characters with the Guardians team ability within 4 squares may count range and draw a line of fire as if they occupied Kraglin Square. Does have phase teleport and a 19 defend. Very handy. Yep, nothing else to talk about on the back, but we'll show you there. Turns out Kraglin does have a last name of Ofontera. Thought that was an interesting little tidbit. But he's on here for that trait, so he can go ahead and team up with Miss Marvel. Miss Marvel can do her barrier, pick up the object. Kraglin can then carry our passenger up, Miss Marvel up 9 spaces. Set her down. She's holding the object. That triggers her embiggen for a giant reach 4. So you can actually keep Miss Marvel behind Kraglin to keep her safe and leave her ESD intact. Now she's swinging with that close terrain action on whoever you tie up with that giant reach 4. I love that combo, but we're not quite done yet. That is the Miss Marvel part. Kraglin is bringing Miss Marvel up to the party, but that's not all he's bringing. He can carry 4, so he is also going to carry from the Spider-Man Beyond Amazing set. Rare number 43A. He's bringing a symbiote up. There we go. I believe most of us are familiar with our symbiote friend at this point. Let's rearrange just a little bit. There we go. And Kraglin there. There we are. All right, let's take a look at the symbiote. Has the no team abilities, but does have the symbiote cosmic monster keywords. Has the trait Finding a New Host. When symbiote is KO'd, after resolutions, you may equip a number 6 symbiote black equipment from your sideline onto a friendly character within 4 squares of the square it last occupied. If there is no friendly character within 4 squares, you may instead generate that equipment from your sideline in the square symbiote last occupied. So, how I'm reading that means you cannot start symbiote off with the black symbiote, because then you couldn't have one on your sideline. Which is a bit of a downer, but you still can have that black symbiote on the sideline, and you can go ahead and start symbiote off with the red symbiote. Now, it doesn't really do as much for you since he only has one target, but it is still an option for you. Symbiote does have a special movement. Comes with blades to start off, with steel life after that, a special defense, and shape change. But let's see what that special movement power is. We are Venom. Charge, leap, climb, plasticity, and stealth. That is a lot of awesome things. And then you also have the defensive power, alien life form, super senses, toughness. When a symbiote is dealt damage from energy explosion or quake, also give it an action token. So you want to keep them away from that energy explosion and quake, but other than that, it gives them a second rollout with the super senses. So if Kraglin's bringing up the symbiote, that means, symbiote is also going to benefit from that 19 defend. So the idea is to have Kraglin face teleport up, keep Miss Marvel behind him so that her ESD is still fine, but she can still use her giant reach 4. Put symbiote out in front and just place him up there and hope that the super senses and shape change rollouts prove effective and just tie up whatever piece you're wanting to tie up. Then also rely on that 19 defense. Hopefully they can't hit that 19. And then if he survives, which hopefully he will, he'll have that blades right on the top to go ahead and start swinging with Miss Marvel backing him up. So that is my main idea for Kraglin being the taxi that he should be. But why not bring one more up with them, since he can go ahead and passenger 4. We're going to also bring with us from the Avengers 60th set, super rare Star Brand number 44. I do actually like this sculpt quite a bit myself. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know much about this version of the character. I remember Star Brand being a big burly dude, so if any information on her, feel free to let me know. Let's take a look at the Star Brand. Comes with Power, Cosmic, and Guardians of the Galaxy team abilities, Avengers, Guardians of the Galaxy, and Cosmic keywords. Has the trait Born to Protect the Earth. When Star Brand attacks one or more opposing characters with the Cosmic keyword, or that have Power Cosmic team ability, modify her combat values +1. When Star Brand is attacked by a character with the Cosmic keyword, or that has Power Cosmic, modify her combat values +1. So that's very strong in its own right. So if you happen to go up against the team with those abilities, gives you that little bit more of an edge. Starts off with Running Shot with a range of 6. A special attack power with Invuln and Range Combat Expert. Get some Close Combat Expert with Hypersonic later on and some Toughness. Let's take a look. She has another trait on her back, and this is one of the reasons she's on this team. The trait Bestow the Star Brand. Power. Choose another friendly character and a standard power Star Brand can use. Until your next turn, the chosen character can use the chosen power and modifies their combat values +1. We'll get back to that in just a moment. But she does also have that special attack power on her first few clicks, Primal Destructive Potential. Range. Make a range attack and all other characters within 2 squares of an original target also become targets. That's fantastic. Now you gotta watch. It does say all characters, so including friendlies. So do be careful with that. We had to get her in there. And we are also going to be... We have a choice. I was debating between giving her the Billy Clubs. That way she has some leap climb to go with her Running Shot and gets an extra target for that special attack power. So I was either going to give her Billy Clubs, or I was going to give our last team member the Pumpkin Bombs. And speaking of the last team member, we have from the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday set, number 1, Star-Lord himself. Can't go wrong with a good Star-Lord. There he is with the Guardians team ability and the team player team ability. Guardians of the Galaxy, Ravagers, Cosmic, and Pirate keywords. Comes with the trait at the Rebuilding Nowhere. At the beginning of the game, generate up to 4 standard objects into any squares within range. And you'll see he does have a range of 4 there. That is very handy. It does allow you to use the super strength on Miss Marvel, but she only gets her freeze with her barriers that she makes herself. So you probably wouldn't use the objects for her, but others can pick that up, pick those up as well. Also has the trait Gifts to Cheer Up Quill. Other friendly characters can use Perplex. When they use it from this source, they must destroy an object they're holding, or that use of Perplex has no effect. So right there, you can have any of the other characters outside of Miss Marvel pick up an object, and at least gives them 1 use of Perplex. So that could come in handy. He's going to be at 60 points, so he is going to start off with the Hypersonic Speed, the Pinsai, the ESD, and the Leadership. On the back, he does have another trait, Holiday Flashback. When Star-Lord would be KO'd, you may instead replace him with number 11, Young Peter, on click number 3. And real quick, let's take a look at what that looks like. On click number 3, he has Sidestep, this special attack power. Me and Kraglin got gifts for everyone. Power, generate a standard object. Young Peter or an adjacent friendly character with the Guardians team ability may immediately pick that object up. Very nice. Has ESD and Prob to try to give him a little bit of survivability. Does have the trait Unwrapping the Quad Blasters. Free. Destroy an object Young Peter is holding. If you do, this turn Young Peter can use improved targeting, adjacency with Pinsai and Range Combat Expert. So that does only give him 2 penetrating damage, but still it's 2 penetrating damage, and you can't get enough penetrating damage. So that's if Star-Lord gets knocked out. Now, why Star-Lord and Starbrand? Starbrand, it is because of that trait. Bestow the Starbrand. We are going to use that on Star-Lord to start off. Since he has a 9 hypersonic, given the Starbrand, the standard power we'll let him use is the Range Combat Expert. So add +1 to his combat stats and the Range Combat Expert. He now has a 10 hypersonic speed with a range of 5. So if he did hypersonic, he could technically shoot anyone who's 13 squares away. With a Pinsai with a 12 attack, has a 19 ESD, and has that leadership for 4 damage. Add the Ranged Combat Expert on there as well. It is now a 13 attack for 5 penetrating damage. Yeah, from 13 squares away. That's pretty darn impressive. So you can go ahead and have Kraglin bring up Symbiote and Miss Marvel to start things off. And as long as they're within 13, which in that case most would be, Star-Lord can go in and finish them off. Bing, bang, boom. So that's why I'm excited about this team. I cannot wait to give this team a try. And I love that I was finally able to find a team for Kraglin in this sculpt of Miss Marvel. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. And I do look forward to doing more videos soon. I had a request for one with the Iconics. Wow, I just blanked for a sec. Sherlock Holmes, the Sherlock Holmes Iconics. I am looking into that, but I don't like quite a few of the figures, so I'll try to make something work. But in the meantime, I do thank you for watching. And until next time, this has been Clicks on the Side.